Women improve party credibility and reduce reputational risks. Parties seen as inclusive score higher on trust and legitimacy, while female candidates are less associated with violence and vote-buying politics. 3, women deliver measurable governance outcomes. Communities with stronger women's representation consistently show stronger attention to education, healthcare, water access, and grassroots development. Parties that give women a real chance do not weaken themselves politically. They strengthen their electoral advantage. 4, we are not here to attack parties. We are here to hold all political parties to the standards they publicly set for themselves. Parties want credibility heading into 2027 elections. Demonstrating inclusion builds that credibility and wins votes. Therefore, we call on political party chairmen of Labour Party, ADC, SDP, NDC, and AA to 1, publish clear criteria of candidate selections before primaries begin. 2, track and disclose the number of male and female aspirants at every stage. 3, demonstrate genuine political will by ensuring qualified women emerge on final candidate lists submitted to INEC. The time for course correction is now. The primaries days are away. The promise have already been made by President Tinubu and the Nigerian Governors Forum. Nigerians are now watching to see whether those promises will be reality. We will continue to track inclusion across the 2027 election cycle and make our findings public. Nigerian voters deserve to know what political parties are turning commitments into candidacy and which parties are allowing women's political inclusion to remain only a talking point. Thank you. We will now take your questions.
All right, before we go on, I would like to please acknowledge distinguished women of note in this room while the press statement was ongoing, who worked in dear Madam NLB, founder of NLB Foundation. She worked in here and the foremost women's and human rights activist. Thank you, ma'am. Good morning. Great to have you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. And also we do have Madam Felicia Onibon here, founder and was frontliner for 100 Women Lobby Group. Thank you, madam. It's also good to see you anyway. Please, you may have us answer your questions. Remember, 5 questions in total. So, and from across any of the media houses here.
That's number 7 is very important. I would like to reiterate it at some point in time, please.
Okay. Are you going first? Okay. Any questions? Questions? Just introduce yourself, your name, your first name is fine, and your media house, and ask the question. Unless we are all fine with the primaries the way they are.
Okay, while we are taking our time, I want to reiterate a comment my sisters here made, that we're not here to attack any political party. We are here to hold all political parties to the standards they have publicly set for themselves. parties want credibility heading into 2027. Demonstrating inclusion, and inclusion is simple for us, involving women, including women. It builds credibility and it wins votes. Therefore, we call on all party chairmen of the APC, of Labour Party, of ADC, of SDP, of NDC, and AA, right, to publish clear criteria for candidate selection before primaries begin. We know primaries have already begun at some parties. We still want you to publish your clear criteria, track and disclose the number of male and female aspirants at every stage. The reason we're asking this is we're aware that some women were screened and at this clearance stage, their names were nowhere to be found. And to demonstrate genuine political will by ensuring qualified women emerge on final candidate list submitted to INEC. So we're here to say that the rest of the primaries are days away, and that promises have already been made by the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Nigerian Governors Forum. And Nigerians are watching. We are make them responsible. Thank you.
Right. So I just want to add just briefly, the question on women stepping down, consensus candidacy, it may sound interesting now for some people, a plot at peaceful coexistence of candidates within the political party, especially the ruling one. But the danger is that the women who already came out to declare interest as aspirants are very small in number. So imagine that you have 20 men and 1 woman running, and then you ask that 1 woman to step down for 20 men. So that's what we are saying, that it must be fair, it must be transparent. The parties can have their internal working mechanism, but it must not discredit or exclude or ostracize women who are already minority in that aspiration outside the nomenclature of being able to vie and come out as a candidate. We have not even yet, Lois is here, she will speak to women with disability. We have not even seen any woman with disability screened or approved at any party level. Lois, I don't know if I'm correct with that.
Yes, you're correct.
And just to support what Adara said, we need to understand the context. Where you have 1 woman out of 20 candidates, you have 1 woman, you have 19 men, and you're asking that 1 woman and 3 men to step down. That percentage is so minimal. So why don't you say, okay, 2 men step down and then allow that woman to slug it out with the rest of the 17? That's all we're asking for. Lois, do you want to?
Yes. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lois, and I'm speaking on behalf of women and girls.
Yes.
Who are totally and completely excluded in this.
So continue. Oh, TV people. I forgot. Thank you. Thank you. Is it better? Thank you, our brother.
Okay, so women and girls with disabilities are totally excluded in this whole process. I wanted to run for Senate in this which for participation to possibilities.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen and women, ladies of the press. I would just like to add on to say that of the mindset and the political will of the Nigerian system, and we are totally very unhappy with it as the women, and we cannot continue to be marginalized. And at this point, I would like to, especially the media, call on you, the media. You are the fourth estate of the realm. You have a responsibility to continue to hold accountable and to ask relevant questions. So I would, at this point, particularly implore the media to begin to ask the correct questions, engage political parties, because we need to know, project women, and as much as possible, I would like to use this medium to call on you to please women aspirants and women who would eventually emerge, to highlight them, spotlight them, so that they are able to clinch the final support, because we understand that it's the time for money making. We also want to implore at this point that for those few women who are in power, that you please spotlight them in the positive light, amplify the work they do, and so that they are able to gain more attraction, and eventually for the few women who have actually emerged, they are able to clinch. That's my take. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'd like to call on Madam Enobi to please also, because I know that it's also very critical in amplifying some of the issues that are ongoing.
Come and stand down. Cover and shield them and cover up from bullets.
I want to say thank you very much, and I'm so happy and really overwhelmed by what the media have been able to do so far over the years. So we are really happy to have this partnership with you. And I commend Women Radio, and all the organizations here present for this effort. The journey started. We got alarmed when they first started creating their committees. I think it was APC that they had about 74 members of the committee, only 2 women. And I'm like, what's going on here? And then they tried to resolve it by making it up to about 90 members of the committee, but with 4 women. PDP and other parties also started there. So we are just watching. We are watching for what will happen in 2027. A lady called me last night from, I think from Enugu State. She said, I won my primaries, but they are trying to turn it around. And this is the voices. These have been voices from 1999 with Chief Mrs. Oshomo, whom they denied her ticket after she won her primaries to be, to go in for gubernatorial election. And so we are just watching. Women, they use women for mobilizing people, but women are not enough to be on the table. But we started the journey together. In terms, many boys and girls are in primary school together. They grew up to go to secondary. At the end of the day, when it comes to politics, you cannot find the women. We are talking about development cannot start. A table does not stand on one leg. Does it stand on one leg? It cannot stand on one leg. And what we are saying is the quality of any decision that comes out depends on who is in the boardroom. Those who are not in the boardroom already, they have been defeated. Who decides for the Nigerian woman? Who is talking about the maternal mortality in Nigeria, which is one of the highest in the world? We are in the last 5 in the world in terms of maternal mortality, in terms of child mortality. And there is no woman to tell people what is happening to women in the maternity death road right now. Even as we're talking, since we started this press conference, many women have died on the maternity death road. Do you know the cost of CS and also for, the implications of childbirth right now? What are women going through? Who is talking about it? And so it's for us to let them know that we are holding people accountable. We will also go to the field and we'll be preaching where you have a party, you have a governor, but in the whole of your state, with the qualities of so many retired, even judges, you cannot find a woman as a deputy governor. You cannot find a woman as a vice president. You cannot as a vice chairman and so on. But the states that have done well so far, we congratulate them for admitting women as vice chairman, as chairman, and so on and so forth. So we're really happy to be here. This press conference is a sign that we're watching. Yes. And we will be holding you accountable. Thank you very much for the opportunity. It's good to watch everybody grow. It's better for me to stay there and watch you from there. It shows that I can walk out of the stage and the stage will still hold on. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Quickly, just before I call on Madam Felicia to have a few words, just briefly. This now emphasizes where we really do need the reserve seats, the special seats for women. This is an emergency because you can imagine that even without the quota system, that this will only get more tragic. And so it's a call for the 10th Parliament. I know that they're on their way out, but please remember that if nothing is done in terms of policy redirection, the special seats, please, it is a dynamic inroad for us to review at how this number passed. We probably would have had more women emerge at the as candidates at the primaries. But unfortunately, what we are seeing is that we may have to wait till 2031 if they don't pass this bill. So we are asking again with our hearts in our hands and ask that this promise that they have made to us by first even promising that that bill will be passed should be passed. Please, Madam Felicia.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak. I would just like to say that people have actually spoken the words that I need to add to all of this. However, to further express pain that many of us are trying to go through, I would just like to say that the issue of the special seats, that seats, we can still visit it. And we should revisit it with the kind of vigor that we all started with, so that they will know that we actually know what we are talking about. From what we are seeing today, if we don't do that, our women politicians not have a business. Even the APC. Today, I looked at the list of those they have endorsed. We don't even have any of the currently, the sitting legislators. We don't have any of them on the list. So what's going on? About 3 months ago, they had this idea that the female politicians given the opportunity to come back, please, that they will be given the opportunity to come back to their current positions. But from what we are seeing, that's not, they are not seeing their names. So is it that their names will pop up after